our morning full of nice talks and a beautiful activity with the kids. It's a family day with the many kids from different countries. So I want to welcome on stage Silvia Albano, professor from Icons-1123 University. She will kick off the activity this morning with us and also with the family. They are gathering to our gallery. So we open the gallery to family to enjoy some educational activity. We are very happy to see them around us. And I want to give the floor to Silvia to illustrate a little bit about this activity. So then I will ask to all the family to go on the left side of the gallery to sit and to take part of this beautiful activity. Enjoy the family day and let's kick off this activity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anna, and welcome to everyone. I'm Silvia, or in Chinese, Sisi, if you want to call me with my Chinese name. And with my colleague from Icons-1123 University, we arranged two activities, creative activities for you and your kids. These activities are linked to a workshop that we arrange for our students in architecture and industrial design department in our institution. And today we are very proud with our students to share the outcome of this activity. We will have two main activities. One is about coloring and one is about composition. Let me just briefly introduce the aim of this activity. We arranged this workshop starting from studying with our students a project of an Italian design icon, which is Joe Ponti. We select a project he designed in Italy, in Sorrento, and we ask to our students to image again his work. So our students have been invited to rethink what he did in Sorrento and to personalize a different outcome. So starting from the Italian icon, our students learn the process and then translate in something new, something different. So the outcome that you will see on the left side of the gallery is exactly the outcome that our students developed in just 2 days of workshop in our institution, in our design school. The first activity is based on coloring the tiles that our students design. So you will just work with your kids coloring these tiles. The second activity will be a composition, as I said before, because the students can take some small tiles that we 3D printed in our Fab Lab, and they can learn how to combine different styles for a different outcome. Just make a nice composition, a nice presentation of these tiles. So it's a sort of compositive modeling where the kids will have their own final outcome.
Thank you so much.
I hope that you will enjoy the activity, and we are super happy to welcome all of you on the left side of the gallery.
So thank you so much, Silvia, and then I also welcome our panelists to come on stage with me to kick off officially also the talk of today. This is talk 18. So welcome and a round of applause to John Hua, General Manager of Jiangsu Construction and Decoration. Please come on stage. Xiang Nan, Chief Architect of Xiang Architects, Su Bing, Simon Huang, and Ziv Fan. Please, come on stage with me. It's a free seat. Please, have a seat. And I apologize if I don't pronounce perfectly your names. Do you have everybody has the microphone? Yes. Oui.
Oh, 谢谢.
So let's enjoy the talk, and I give the floor to John Hua. Please. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Anna。谢谢大家。哦，好多朋友都在。总有奇思妙想、玩有趣设计的Simon老师，然后总有用理性思维引导大家探索自然和空间的向南老师，然后脑洞大开提供多维度艺术跨界创意的苏斌老师，以及做这个品牌策划的樊冲老师。欢迎大家来到我们今天的这个分论坛。那么接下来呢，我们请我们的几位嘉宾，然后依次从向南老师这里开始介绍一下，我们这个一点点的广告时间吧。广告时间啊，看看我们的那个 PPT， 帮我们翻开一下，谢谢。
中间这个直接按一下就可以。
我其实没有广告时间我就介绍一下吧。
那我们就介绍一下吧。
对，我这边是叫向南，大家好。然后我自己在上海是有自己的这个设计的事务所 Design Office， 叫向南建筑师事务所。然后我们事务所一直从事于中国的或者是境外的一些文旅类的项目，公共建筑就是那一会儿我会在我们的这个 talk 里边给大家展示一下我们以前就是从创始以来到现在做过的一些和所谓传统也许相关也许不相关的一些作品。好，谢谢。应该没有吧？应该没有吧？应该是先介绍一下。
没关系，可以就这样，我们开始。
因为讲传统嘛，对吧？因为这次的主题是讲到就是传统嘛，所以我这边其实也准备了我们三个内容，就是这三个内容主要是和我们的这个传统的是我们事务所的一个观点。那么首先看我们第一个吧，第一个是我们最近在武汉的一个项目，这个项目呢是在长江边上的一个叫香炉山上面的一个观景塔、观鸟塔。那么现状呢，就是政府这边找我们到现场来，就是给予了这样的一块基地，上面有一个很破的一个房子。那么他给我们的要求是按照传统的方式呢，给予一个观景塔的设计。那么这个其实就是我们对于传统的一个对话那么这是第一个，这是现状。那么我们之后给到的一个项目的结果是一个这样的一个观鸟塔是一个像循环上升双螺旋，然后可以四周观景的一个景观装置。很快的过一下，就在武汉的蔡甸区。然后这个项目是在齐云山的地质文化公园，也是什么都没有的一块区域。然后我们的业主让我们做一个可以在山里边栖居的一个酒店。那么我们做了一个树屋，是这样的东西，一个 tree house。同样的，在一个在海宁这个区域里边，就是在浙江的海宁，我们中国的著名的文学家徐志摩故居边上，我们也做过一个像类似于和传统对话的一个房子。这样的，好，我先说这么多吧，然后之后有一些讨论，我们再说后面的这个事情，好吧？切换到下一个。
因为我也是临时被委派过来做主持人，我们也要感谢那个宁宁，因为他家里是临时有事儿。是这样的，我们接下来要讨论的主要还是就是过去和现在。传统的物质文化和当下生活之间的关系，那么我们也请我们苏斌老师来简单的就是介绍一下您自己从事的这个领域。
好，因为刚才我们走进来的时候，我就觉得今天这个论坛比较特别因为我们台上全是中国，说的是吧？然后这台下有很多意大利的朋友，然后呢，跟意大利特别有缘，就是去年我们带了9个中国艺术家去了意大利的比特拉桑塔、托斯卡纳的这个地区，然后包括威尼斯，然后今年呢，我们也邀请了6位意大利的艺术家来到上海做艺术驻留那我呢，其实这些年主要做的是 艺术策展的这个工作。我们这个可以上按中上面还有一页吧，好像第一页这是对，这一页讲。其实我的 PPT 很简单，就是我是做艺术策展。那么从2014年，其实大家知道我做了这么多展览，其实对我印象最深的是什么呢？就是我从2014年开始，在全世界拜访艺术家的工作室，从一个到昨天为止吧，拜访了第409位艺术家的工作室，包括这里面有意大利的艺术家的工作室，所以这个里面就是我一直在拜访各个国家的艺术家的工作室然后因为拜访了这些艺术家工作室，所以呢也就做了一系列的展览。所以我们从展览的策划，包括艺术家 IP 的孵化，这是我们主要做的工作。然后最近刚刚在参与的就是西岸艺术设计博览会所以给大家分享一下。
这个博览会是不是也是刚刚
结束？
结束，对，也是今年上海非常隆重的一个艺术博览会，
对，
影响力也非常大。
是，对。
好的，谢谢苏斌老师的分享。那接下来我们听一听Simon 老师、黄明宇老师介绍一下您的领域。
大家好，我叫黄明宇，但一般比较熟悉我的都知道我的真英文名字叫我 Simon。那我主要是从事这个室内设计这一块，那跟张华还有向南老师其实也都是好朋友。那因为今天也是受这个张华的邀请来到这个论坛，然后大家来聊一些跟设计或是一些相关的东西。那这边大概简单的先介绍一下我们做的一些内容我们其实主要都是做一些品牌的空间为主，所以这是我们的一个公司的一个内部的一个的 theory， 一个创新的一个理念，怎么去做一个品牌的空间。那结合了一些形式上跟精神上的一些策略，然后我们去做这样的一个设计手法的一些转化。那这是我们自己归纳出来的一些方式。那配合了不同的品牌或不同的系统，我们会去替它做一个个人化的一些设计跟规划。那其实所谓的品牌，这个不管是一个产品或是一个人，它都可以成为一个品牌。所以我们在做一个空间的设计的时候，也会依附在这个上面来去做一个它的延伸。那这是我们自己内部的一些空间架构的一些情况。那有兴趣的朋友们可以大家后期再去讨论。那这是我们的一些工作的一些流程系统。那后面是我们曾经配合过的一些品牌跟公司，那这是一些内容。那很多一些国内或一些国外的品牌，我们都有一些配合的工作。那这是我大概一个个人的一个简介。那本身是台湾人，但是基本上在台湾的时间大概只有在人生的1/3，那其他可能在国外念书，在中国大陆工作也将近1/3的时间了，所以这个比较混杂的一个国际形态了，大家应该也都是这样的一个背景。那这是我们公司的一些内容，我们简单的看过一下吧。这是我们一些做过的，这是属于室内的家装的一些设计项目。后面还有一些我们也这个都是前两个应该是一些设计项目。那因为我们其实长期有跟阿玛尼配合，所以你可以看到我们的一些设计手法可能也跟意大利的一些简约的形态会有比较雷同的一个款式。那我们当然也有做一些不同的，比如说像后面有办公系统的部分，我看一下第4对一些 office 的部分，那有关一些总部办公楼的一些做法，那还有一些这个建筑商铺，那后面最后应该是有一个，我们大概快速的浏览一下那这个后面再去细说吧。对，大概是这样。好，谢谢各位。
好的，谢谢 Simon 老师，非常棒的作品，在这个商业空间，那么也有一些现在开始也涉足到一些豪宅的设计，所以将来在这一些这个建筑室内的领域还有很多合作的空间和发展的空间。 那么接下来我们请樊冲樊总，上次见面的时候还是长发飘飘，现在剪掉了头发，然后也成了一个女性的创业者。那您来分享一下您的领域。
好，谢谢张总，也特别感谢张华总的邀请。我们的公司呢，我是冲普文化的创始人樊冲。我们公司主要是在做品牌的体验策划以及视觉创意。那么我们主要是致力于以文化的洞察去推动这个战略的创意，帮助我们的品牌和用户去构造一个具有高共鸣并且可持续的一个增长体验。那以往我们的公司其实是在做以线下的活动为主的。那么从去年开始，我们去把它进行了一个整合，并且相对做了一个转型。因为在那个过程中，我们也发现我们的有一些行为和传统的一些精神啊，包括环保啊的这些理念，它是有一点冲突的。所以我们也在这个过程中去探寻了怎么样能够更加的可持续，能够去尊重一些传统的精神啊。这个也是我很希望今天能跟在座的各位老师进行深入的探讨来学习的，因为各位都是行业的大拿啊。我作为一个后辈，我今天也是想听一听各位老师的一些见解。那大概是这样，谢谢。
好的，我觉得樊冲非常优秀。接下来我们在后面的对话再听你详细介绍一下你的领域。那么我们今天的对话呢，我们不谈高深的技术参数，我们也不聊创作的技术和手法，我们就探讨这个传统文化和当下生活的这个关系。那我们一起来聊聊看，就是过去的灵魂如何给当下的我们注入能量。就是今天来的也都是老朋友。那么在各位看来，就是传统物质文化究竟指的是什么？就是给在座的各位，你们的创作生活带来了哪些影响？就比如说这个美学密码、公益精神啊，生活方式哲学，就是台上的几位也是有非常这个有趣的灵魂。那么结合你们正在做的一些有趣的项目，跟大家一起分享一下。那么我们先听听Simon老师，您这里谈谈您的看法啊。
你说对传统吗？还是传统的一些想法是吧？
对，传统对。
这个我们其实我觉得这是一个过程啊，就是不管大家在做一些创意或是设计或是人生，它总有一个起伏的过程。那一开始的过程，大家都会想要我要跟大家独一无二、特立独行，然后去创造一些 unique 不同的东西。但是你会发现，做到后来之后，一些所谓的传统传承，比如说英国人的一个 legacy 这种东西，到最后它会变成是浓缩最后留存下来的一些东西哦。就比如说我们很多的不同的设计的手法或是想法，到最后你会发现，其实这个东西可能过去也都曾经存在过，只是以不同的形态再重新的诠释跟表现。那跟习惯这件事情，我觉得是很像。习惯有分成好的习惯跟坏的习惯，那最后留下的一些好的习惯，会带领大家更进一步的去提升。那传统跟传承也是一样的东西，我们应该去了解过去的这个传统跟传承，它是怎么被保存下来，跟怎么继续去希望我们去传递的。那你会在这当中的时候发现它的共同情况。它其实也会是我们去做未来的一些事情的一些循迹，可以去遵循的。但并不是说所有的传统它是一成不变的，它会慢慢的累积做一个调整，根据每一个时代的一些变化，它去做一些些维度的一个改变。但是它的大型的宗旨还是我认为是不会变的，对。所以这个传统是有必要有一些需要去延续的部分，这是我个人的一个想法。
是的，Simon老师讲得特别好。我们因为也有一些合作嘛，所以说传统的一些经典的图案，它的一种形式，也可以结合当下的新的材料、新的技术、新的工艺，去在现在和未来的项目去展示出来。这一点就是您做的也很棒。我们也期待以后的作品上面能有更多的合作机会。
好，谢谢。
好的，接下来我们听听看苏斌老师，您在这一块的一个见解，做了哪些好玩的事情？
好，因为说到传统和当代，因为我是一直在做艺术策展，当代艺术策展就是包括最近刚刚结束的西岸艺术博览会、021艺术博览会，整个11月份上海的展览是最脑茫啊，就是说如果按照上海，大概有将近4场艺术博览会跟将近300场的展览。那么其实这几年有很明显的一个变化，就是尤其是做得非常好的做当代的。包括当代艺术，包括当代设计，无论是从雕塑、装置、多媒体、绘画这些方面，过去我们说当代艺术这里面好像很多都是从西方学过来的啊，很多这种手法，包括形式。但是这几年很明显，做得好的这一波的年轻的艺术家里面，很多的元素都是从传统文化，甚至传统手工艺。非遗，你看，包括过去的我们，所以而且现在还有一个呢，就是年轻人对传统文化和非遗特别感兴趣。你包括从剪纸，皮影，书法、国画、刺绣这些原来传统的东西，但是呢，它到了今天，它其实就是重新迭代了，转化了。就是在媒介上、载体上、形式上、观念上做了一个迭代。做了一个混搭，它传递出一个新的面貌，而且呢，观众更容易接受啊，包括市场反馈也更容易接受。我们最近在西岸的新阳的整个中庭，我们都知道商场每一年，你像樊冲应该知道是吧？商场中庭每一年都喜欢做各种活动啊，尤其中庭要做大的装置。那这种大的装置，现在都会采用请艺术家、设计师来做。我们今年请的这个艺术家是，四川的一个艺术家叫罗敏，他做了一个巨大的一个装置，他用的就是形式就是借鉴的皮影和剪纸，用纸的这种材料，啊，所以我觉得这个是一个，就是这几年看到的一个很显现的，就是说年轻的、当代的甚至先锋的艺术家，其实他们很多灵感恰恰是从传统文化、手工艺里面在迭代获取灵感。在转化，我觉得这是很有意思的，这是一个。另外呢，我们还有一个项目，就是我跟我的搭档办了一个，就是去年办了一个首届当代手工艺创新博览会，就是在北京举办的。其实反响很好。其实现在博览会也很卷，博览会它卷就卷在招商难啊，对吧？应该现在这么多展会。招商的，但是我们那个手工艺创新博览会，招商还很顺利，所以就是说，说明其实这个市场对这个方向是比较关注。另外，比如说我去了陕西，去了山西，你像我去了山西博物院，我真的非常惊讶，就是整个那个山西博物院下面那个观众人山人海，挤都挤不进去，而且很多都是年轻人。那个山西博物院下面的衍生品店。一天那个销售额真的是非常惊人，他们一个冰箱贴1年卖了将近1个亿，就是传统文化，真的是非常让我惊讶，就是年轻人对传统文化的喜爱，啊，包括我们现在今天的潮流文化，这个潮鞋、潮服，其实很多我看到的工艺上都开始跟传统的手艺进行结合，比如说它跟刺绣，去结合，我觉得这个真的是蛮有意思的一个现象啊，我就分享这些。
是的，谢谢苏斌老师给的精彩分享。我觉得是这样的，就是传统文化，它也代表着经典。这种非遗留下来的这些，不管是从工艺上、材质上，还是图案上，还是一种表现形式上，这给当下的我们的年轻人和我们现在结合商业的这个就是发展，都是要始终要从贯穿下来的。所以现在的商业空间也更多的，包括策展也更多的去结合，就是传统的经典的这种方式去重新演绎，这很好的。我昨天在北京的王府中环也看到他们中厅，您刚刚讲到的那个，就是他们的这个中厅的一些 这个叫美陈，就是每年有几个。
原来叫美陈，你想想。
对对对，这些其实都是一种艺术的表现形式，也是经典的一些形状、图案、色彩，然后传承下来，然后用新的技术去表现，非常棒。我觉得这一点也是值得我们现在的这个就是企业品牌、设计师，还有一些策展人、艺术家，大家共同去探讨和发展下去的一个很好的一个结合点。
对，因为就是说这两者它不是割裂的。原来我们觉得这是古典的、传统的什么，这是当代的、先锋的。其实现在发现，其实他们还是在就是自然生长出来，是迭代的，它不是割裂的。
对，当然的，当然的，非常好，谢谢苏斌老师您的高深的见解。那接下来我们听听向南老师分享一下您的看法。
好。因为我们是建筑师嘛，所以我们的切入点和苏斌老师可能是很不一样的。至少在我们事务所里边，就是我们认为传统这件事情，其实更多的，其实我们是关心的是人的生活方式。因为建筑它本身你要处理两件事情，第一个是生活方式，因为建筑是人要使用的，这个和艺术品是不一样的。第二个呢，就是我们要结合当代的这个材料和技术，因为怎么把这个房子给立起来，这是一个很重要的事儿，很安全。然后我这边可以帮我切换到我们那个丽江那个项目，就是刚才我放到那个阶段。因为我们建筑师在当代其实面对一个很大的问题，其实是一种叫传统的一个断层。其实在70年代之后，其实中国面临了一个就是文化的一个断档。那么就是在这之后呢，其实生产出大量的其实和传统没有关联的这种建筑。其实你可以看到中国的所有的这些乡村，我们想象的如果去的少的话，可能认为是这种古建村落，其实根本就不是这样。中国95%的乡村都是最简单和粗陋的搭建。农民盖了这些房子，其实在这个里面，其实这种传统早就已经没有了。那么在这个环境里面，如果我们要造一个房子，那是什么样的？其实这个其实是抛给我们建筑师的一个很重要的问题：是延续这个70年代的这个传统，还是说我们要再往前找，还是在这个区域、这个时代找到我们新的方向？这个是我们建筑师的一个话题。当然，应对这个话题，有很多建筑师有不同的方法。那么前面我展示了几个案例，这几个案例其实就是我们面对什么都没有的一个环境，或者是一个很粗陋的环境，我们提供一个建筑的一个解法。但这个呢比较特殊，这个我想大概说一下，因为这个是和我们的传统是比较相关的。我们这个项目是在丽江的玉龙雪山脚下。然后，我们是要为这个雪山做一个游客中心，它的主要的内容呢是餐厅，还有就是那种健身、展览，各种各样的就是和文旅相关的一些综合体。那么在丽江当地呢，有非常严格的所谓的文化保护的这个措施，就是你很多要求，比如说你建筑是一定要是坡屋顶，建筑的体量不能太大。那么基于这些 regulation， 其实我们就在当地去探访了当地的很多村落，这个是我们最后完成后的一个结果啊，是这样子的。但是呢，我们去了当地去探访了，边上有个叫玉湖村它的这个主要的建筑的构建呢是石料和木材，原因也非常简单，因为当地的风非常大，因为雪山脚下的风很大，所以他们需要用石材作为一层的一个阻挡风的材料。然后木材作为支撑屋顶体系的一个材料，给大家很快的过一下，这是一个非常传统的当地的一种做法。这些所有的当地的农民的做法是不符合任何现代建筑的这个规范和要求的，也不符合力学的安全，但是这个村落保存得非常的完整，是非常传统的做法。我很快的飞一下。一些传统的院落，然后我们去了解了，因为当地的这个主要的以前的居民是纳西族，纳西族在面对这种大风的环境里面，他们的主要的生活方式或者是建筑的这个组成方式是一个小院子，它是以院子为核心展开的一种生活方式。那么在当地叫厦子。一个小院里面边上就是放着所有的这个 living room 呀，还有 bedroom 各种各样的。然后这是它的一些组成形式，它是以院子围绕展开。这是我们在做项目前做的一些传统的一些研究 这些很快的一些组织方式，以天井为中心来组织。好，这些东西我们其实是不能照搬的，因为对于我们来说，这种照搬对于我们来说是毫无意义的。那么我们对于这样的方式进行了转移。其实纳西族在这个区域里边，非常不强调和雪山的关系，他们认为雪山其实是神圣的，他们甚至是要回避这件事情。他们不在乎，天天可以看到。但是我们来这边旅游的人，其实是很在乎雪山这件事情。他们希望每时每刻都可以看到雪山的山顶。那么我们就把纳西族的这个沙子这个概念呢，其实搬到了我们的现代建筑里边去。其实借用他们以前的尺度，然后组成了一个就是2个院落为主的这样的一个居构体。所有的这些功能，餐厅呀、展厅，还有这些瑜伽健身，都是围绕这个院子展开。我们的每一个院子都是可以透过上面的小的这个2层的建筑看到雪山的山顶，就这个是在我们这个建筑里边和传统不一样的一个地方。那么通过1层的一个连廊将所有的功能衔接，然后再在2层，我们尊重当地的一个传统的一个建筑尺度，将大的体量的建筑在2层进行打碎，变成一个一个的顶在头上的小房子，然后这些小房子和1层的这些连廊，还有这些院子，形成了一个非常有机的一个肌理，看上去好像是当地纳西族聚落的这样的一个建筑构筑体。然后当地的这些就是结构体系，我们肯定是采用当地的这个技术，我们采用了钢结构。我们没有采用木结构因为钢结构是可以在我们的规范里边可以过图审的。我们用大玻璃，我们同时屋面也和当地的那个规划局这边去争取了采用金属屋面。这个无论是从使用和搭建都是更利于当代建筑的一个使用，但是它在外貌看上去还是处在当地的这个语境我加速一点。然后这些石材方面呢，我们采用了，因为丽江它有一种石材叫做五花石。就是这个丽江古城的所有的这些石头都是五花石，像一块就是五彩斑斓的，就是粉红色的一种石材。那么我们采用了当代的技术，将这些石材呢挂在了墙上，因为以前的方式是砌筑的。对，这就是我们对于传统的转移那这个就是一个非常明显的一个可以在平台上和雪山对话的一个状态。然后这个就是当地的那个五花石，非常非常漂亮的一种石头。好，那我就先这么多。
哇，太棒了，太棒了，
特别好，特别好。
谢谢向南老师的这个分享，因为我看到您的作品是非常注重和环境的融合互动。那么现在我也可以理解，就是说跟这个传统文化带给您作品的这些影响和能量，就是你也表达了你在这个作品里边，一个是引导大家去探索自然和空间的关系，而且更好的就是我觉得特别可贵的，能够就是既在这个建筑的表面符合当下的一个政府对结构啊还有消防的要求，同时又能和当地的这些院落这个整体的这个传统的建筑风貌能够结合得非常好，而且用的那个石材太漂亮了，那确实是我觉得可以，这种石材是否也可以引进到就是从那么远的地方能够到这个城市里面去运用，其实那个也是非常搭的一个颜色，特别好。那么接下来我们听听看，樊总您分享一下。
哦，好的，张总，刚才你的 DNA 动了是吧？看到石头。其实是这样，就是刚刚我特别喜欢向南老师讲的这个关于空间，还有跟在地文化的一些融合。那其实因为我们是做以品牌和用户的这个角度更多一点，就是我们面向的可能更多的是他们的消费者。那其实生活中有一个很小的点，我想分享一下，就是我们大家平时在去写字的时候，我们用手机去打出来和用电脑键盘输入，以及我们用手写，我们其实思维和我们的状态是不同的。那在这个过程里面，我发现就是我们的思维其实它不仅仅局限在我们的大脑，它更多的还是和我们手里的工具和我们身边的场景一起发生。那这个就是因为现在这个这个概念发展成了一个非常系统的跨学科的理论，叫做分布式认知。 它就是在讲我们的思维和人、工具和场景的一个融合。那么其实放到这个 heritage 的这个概念里面呢，我认为 heritage 它就是一种传承，但是它传承的其实并不仅仅只是一个符号或者说是一个元素，它更多的可能还是传承到了一个生活的节奏。就是我们如何在这个比如说手写的过程里面，我们是被迫的让自己的思维慢下来了。那我们慢下来的这个过程中间会有一些感悟，会有一些推敲。因为我们比如说电脑打出来可能很长一段，我们当下的那个爽感很真实，但是反过头来去看的时候，那个文章可能并经不起推敲。但是我们手写的时候，我们是被迫的放下了这些，把自己的节奏放慢，那我们呈现出来的一个这个东西，它可能就会更加的具有深度。那这个也就是我们在做很多的，不管是项目也好啊，产品也好，如果我们加入了这个 heritage 的这个状态在里面，它其实也是一种留白，它会让我们去更加怎么样能够去有一些不同的这个思索。那这样到最后呢，它整个的这个一个思考的过程，它也就是说我们所谓的在传统工艺里面的温度。对，这个是我的一个理解。
好的，好的，谢谢樊总，太好了。作为新生代的一个创业者，是非常好的榜样。哇，太优秀了！然后你的很多设计和出品，也都表达了和阐述了，就是跟传统文化的这个联系。那么刚刚我们的对话呢，都在赞美传统。我也想了解一下各位在创作的这个过程中，会不会有就是这种情况，就是觉得传统的概念和文化，有点被束缚，就是觉得是一种隐性的一种枷锁，有没有这种感受呢？我们听听苏林老师。
我不知道西方啊，我至少站在东方人的角度，你比如说，这个中国的书法也好，这个水墨也好，其实实际上是非常的抽象，它实际上是一个很高的这种抽象的一种哲学的概念，反而对我们。至少我站在艺术，跟很多艺术家交流的时候，我觉得这些东西给他们启发反而是大的。对，当他再回去，包括我自己个人，我讲一下我个人，就是我父亲是个国画艺术家，我父亲是画国画的，但从小就叛逆，因为家里管教太严，所以我反而不去画画。所以书法也好，国画也好，要往这个先锋的潮流的什么摇滚、行为艺术这种装置我都干过。就是看似就是但是到了30多岁以后，发现你的创作、你的策展各方都碰到瓶颈了，最后你还是要回过来，你最后发现哇，这个东方的传统文化里面其实蕴藏着非常高的智慧，给了我们很多的启发。所以包括我现在接触到很多的年轻的艺术家，他们其实从传统文化里面获取的这种灵感很多，其实反而没有给他束缚，反而甚至有的还给他打开了另外一扇门。这里面还不仅仅是形式啊，包括里面还有一些，比如说《易经》啊，中国的一些哲学的一些东西啊。所以我觉得，我至少站在艺术这个角度，我觉得反而没有被束缚。但我不知道其他老师啊。
就像我刚刚讲的，我觉得这个不是所谓的一个限制，而是怎么去看待一个事物啊。我们做设计其实常常会有很多不同的角度跟不同的面向去看，但是如果以中国来讲的话，我们其实有5000多年的文化历史，它的内容物是非常多。就像其实意大利的设计为什么这么的好，它也有很深的这个历史程度在里头。欧洲的设计当中，你看到能够做到好设计的，基本上都有一定的历史沉淀。那当然我们不讲这些新兴的创新类型的东西，但是能够让大家觉得这是一个美，这个美的这个沉淀当中，它有历史的沉积跟时间的痕迹存在。所以只是说我们怎么去选择，就像刚刚向南讲的，比如说有些农村的建造形态，可能只是在我们所谓的过去，只有在70年代、60年代，甚至更早的，比如说清朝更往前推，宋朝 那这些东西其实里面还有很多是值得我们去探索跟截取的，所以这个我觉得是我们要怎么去运用过去的这些遗存下来的宝藏。这个的话，那所谓的限制就是说自己有没有去开放，怎么去把这个限制给打破。这我的感受是这样子的。
我们受到的传统的限制会特别多，就是我自己的感受啊，最大的限制其实来自于我们其实国人对于传统的误读。我给你举个例子，就比如说我们在一个地方做一个巷，这个小巷子的名字叫如意巷，那么大部分的人对于这件事情就是说你要做个建筑像如意，就这种图像化的这种转译。我不知道在艺术界是怎么样的，可能应该也会有，这种粗暴的这种转移，但是对于我们建筑来说是非常非常难受的一件事情。而且，其实对于文化的这种理解，大部分的理解会是在这个层面。然后我们作为建筑师就要花很多很多的这个时间和精力去跟我们的业主说，其实你的这个文化的转移不应该是这个样子，就是另外的一种精神转移。比如说，我们看以前的那个常务志里边。教你怎么摆那些笔墨纸砚，怎么摆花。其实他讲的不是说你要摆这些东西，现在看这东西你还不用这些毛笔宣纸了，讲的其实是一种生活的精神，对吧？你是一种方式，但是还是一样，就是现在会对于这些的这种传统的转移是非常粗暴，非常非常粗暴的。那么这个是我们遇到的在推进所有的设计里边就最大的困难。
好的，那樊总有没有想分享一下您的看法？
因为刚刚有位对向南老师，就是他讲到那点，就是我刚刚也在想到的一个。就是思索的一个点，因为我上学的时候，我读书是在法国读市场营销，然后但是我回国之后一直我因为之前也是看过非常多欧洲的一些艺术展啊，然后这种博物馆啊这些的，那我回来之后，我们做这种活动啊，包括一些这种帮品牌去做线下的这种营销，在这个过程里面。我一直在去回想当初我们去看的这些法国的博物馆，他们其实在做传承和对于他们的文化遗产，他们的处理方式是非常的保守的。就是我不要什么，就是我不要把所有的东西都塞进去，我只要保留它原本应该在的场景，它原本当时所处的那个当下的那个年代里面。我的人是怎么去把它创造出来的这样的一种空间？那后面我回来之后，这个跟我们做市场营销的，它其实有一些理念上的冲突，这个就会让我当时就觉得很有意思。我后面发现，就是当我们再去做一些传统的时候，确实是要去做到一些我们要去不妥协的那个底线到底在哪里？我们要坚守的那个精神的内核是什么？就是向南老师刚才讲的，很多人他们对于传统的理解就是，我做一个国潮，做一个非遗，我就是要把这个形象和这个一个元素堆砌起来。但是实际上我们在做很多事情的时候，就是我们想要的其实是把这个精神内核如何更加拆解开，去扩写到我们的项目里面。那因为前一段时间也有一个非常有影响力的一个新闻事件，就是一个户外的运动品牌，也是在玉龙雪山不是做了一个炸雪山的这样的一个行为嘛，当时引起了公愤的，因为这个它其实就是当时打着一个敬畏自然和这个致敬传统的一个旗号，但是他们却在用一个雪山作为他们的广告背景板。去做了一个违背这样的一个理念的行为，那它破坏了在地文化，并且它大家愤怒的点其实是在于它非常的漠视以及甚至是傲慢的去对待传统、对待在地文化这种脆弱的高雪原生态的一种这样的态度。那所以我们就觉得说，其实传统它不是一个枷锁，它应该是我们。最后在做不同的东西的时候的一个底线，我们应该去守护的那个东西。对。
好的，谢谢樊总。
我觉得它有时候不一定是限制啊，就是刚才，就是说站在艺术这个行业，传统和当代，它有时候它也不是限制，它可能会有冲突， 两者是会有冲突的。其实不仅仅在中国，全世界所有的国家都一样，意大利也一样，法国也一样，日本也一样。我举个例子，就是说我们知道的，就是说，日本现在全世界最有名的一个艺术家叫村上隆，都知道太阳花，对吧？太阳花，他的整个他建立一个艺术帝国，他在全世界，他在凡尔赛宫都办过个展，更不要说在全世界各个美术馆、画廊、拍卖行，包括那么多的消费者，但他在日本是不受待见的，就是日本的主流艺术圈是不认可他的，不认为他是一个艺术家，认为他就是个离经叛道的人。就是说，就日本的传统主流艺术家认为村上隆在搞什么？村上隆做的不是艺术，村上隆就是在做动漫。在中国也一样，就是可能今天你在做了一个创新的东西，传统的，比如说美术家协会，画院或者这个体系，它这个里面是有冲突的，就是有不同的话语权和价值观，这两者体系是有冲突的。
是的，
甚至音乐也是一样的。我特别有意思，我经常说，我介绍几个做摇滚的朋友给做那个唱流行歌手的朋友，我说介绍你们认识都是做音乐的，两者绝不搭嘎，他们不会坐在一个桌上吃饭的。这个是
明白。
补充一下
非常好，谢谢苏斌老师的这个跨界的一种分享。因为我刚刚也听到各位就是提到了设计传统，然后一些策展和你们的职业和你们的这个专业很相关。我在10月份去了米兰，在那里有10几天的时间，参加了 Host 的米兰展，也看了一些这个博物馆的空间，包括这个像 Prada 的 Foundation， 然后 Armani Cello， 然后3年展这些空间，我也看到一些策展、一些艺术和设计的结合。那么我觉得有一个重要的一个词就是设计。那么设计就是在你们的工作中和你们做这个就是作品的时候，它起到什么样的一个作用？它是否和我也看到设计和很多东西可以产生一些链接。那么在这部分，比如说咱们作为设计师和这个策展人，你们感受在这里面起到一个什么样的一个作用？把传统和这个空间和这个策展做一些结合。那我觉得听听看向南老师的一些观点，谢谢。
就是设计和自己的生活是吗？
设计和咱们这个，就是因为设计也可以链接很多东西，在一些空间里边，不管是您做的商业空间，还是一些就是今年刚涉足的一些这个住宅的这个空间，
就是其实对于我来说，比如说我们做住宅吧，很多时候其实我们获取的是业主的这方面的诉求。其实很多时候这些文化的这些就是导入点或者输入点是来自我们的客户。就比如说我们几个好朋友在爱沙尼亚有一个小房子，那么3个好朋友，那就是3个不同的文化输入点，然后我们大概需要什么东西，然后我们 work out， 然后出来一个这样一个东西。然后在这个事情里边，其实你说我们是3个中国人在爱沙尼亚这样的环境里边做一个什么样的房子是适合的，这个就是一个问题。我们就做了一个其实是没有所谓文化属性的一个当代建筑，但是跟我们3个人的生活方式是绑定的。就这个是另外一件事情。但是如果你要说这个是一个所谓的一个传承，那是呀，我们3个人就是中国人，我们自己就是传承了我们3个人的在中国这个土地上生活了40多年的这样的一个经历，然后这个就是我们带过来的一个传承。你也不能否认这个是一种传承，是吧？是这块土地养了我们这么长时间，然后得出来的一个结果，然后只是在国外的一个房子。
Simon 老师，就是你也讲一下，就是说，比如说刚刚这个话题对您在设计在你的作品里的一些这个理解。
我先讲一下这个设计对我们的理念。像我其实也常跟我们同事讲，什么是设计啊？设计其实所有人都能做设计。那设计它是一个能力，那这个能力是用来干什么？它是用来解决问题 我们做设计其实是为了解决问题，而不是去，所以设计跟创造艺术是有一点点不同的区别，是在于我们设计其实解决问题，所以不管是我们室内或是建筑或是我们产品，它都会有一个设计的存在。那这个设计的最基本的本质就是要去解决某些问题。那用什么样的方式去解决这个问题，就是设计的能力。那能力怎么去培养？你可以透过了所有的知识的存取，或是美学的观感，让这个设计变得大家都喜欢。所以我觉得这是一种能力。就今天设计师，讲白了，其实也大家都可以是设计师，但是就是说做设计的做出来的东西，它有没有真正的去解决了你想要去解决的问题？那室内当中、建筑当中，我们都在做设计，产品它也在做设计。它做的设计就是为了能够把这个产品更好的给人去使用，或是它都有一个 purpose 一个目的。那怎么去解决这个？我觉得就是说设计能力的好坏就是这样的一个差别。
好的，谢谢。我想问一下樊总，就是因为你是做这个品牌设计，在这些我们的这些建筑作品里面，他们做这个空间做策展，那你对品牌有什么建议？结合您自己现在的这个从事的领域。
好的，因为我们做的和各位老师的还是有一点不同，我们可能更接地气一点，我们需要去链接到不同的用户。那就像刚刚我讲过的这个一个反面的案例，那我个人还有一个非常喜欢的户外运动品牌，也是非常知名的品牌，叫 Patagonia。这个他有一个非常正面的案例，就是说，他做了3件事情。第一个呢是2011年的时候，他们在纽约时报上面黑色星期五的当天，他登了一整版的广告，去说 Don't buy this jacket， 就是你不要买我这件夹克。他把他生产这件夹克所有产生的能耗全部都列举出来，说如果你有可以去修。所以他们有第二就是他们的 worn wear， 就是我们可以把你的旧衣服回收维修，并且再去销售。就是我告诉你，减少你去购买新产品的频率。然后第3点是他们在22年的时候，把他们所有的股份都捐赠给了信托和基金机构。那么他们未来的话呢，地球就会是他们唯一的股东。他们这个举动呢，就是说未来我们公司产生的所有的收益都会变成去应对未来的一个环境或者是物种危机的一个资金。那这个3点其实我也不能说是给建议吧，但是我们自己的团队去做项目的时候，我们从 Patagonia 里面学到了非常多这样的，得到了很多启发。第一点就是我们在做这个项目的时候，我们会去问如果我们这个创意和我们所谓的这个传统精神产生了冲突的时候，我们是去选择怎么去选择？那如果我们的答案是我们选择短期的变现，选择 GMV， 那就说明我们的这个 heritage 的只是停留在一个传统的讲故事的表层。那第二个呢，就是我们必须要在一个快节奏的项目里面去塞入一个慢的变量。我们让大家去，哪怕5%，我需要被迫的让这个东西慢下来，让你去有一个调整和思索的空间，然后并且让我们这个我们愿不愿意去为了这个保护这个传统的精神内核，去牺牲掉一点点的效率和短期的收益。那第3个就是我们如何能够让我们的用户去成为传承链中的一个参与者、共谋者，而不是简单的去在一个场景里面打卡。或者就是浏览，而是让他愿意在这个空间里面多待20分钟，去思考，去沉浸式的感受到他内心的那种平静感。这个是真正能够改变他的生活节奏的一个状态。那这样的话，我们的传统所谓的传承，就是带来了一个怎样的生活节奏给到他，大概是这样。
好的，谢谢樊总的这个经验啊。就是针对今天我们探讨的内容，我们每位嘉宾一句话总结，就是传统文化对于当下的生活，你们认为就是最大的馈赠是什么？我们从行，苏斌老师，就是
源泉和能量。
源泉和能量。
我觉得是那个学习的知识宝库，对。
我是 认为是精神的映射。
精神的映射，非常好。
我觉得是守住边界吧。
好的，谢谢四位的这个总结哈。非常感谢四位嘉宾，也是我的好朋友，今天能够给大家带来真知的拙见。那么在今天我们感受到传统文化仿佛是一个轻盈的翅膀，就是赋予我们的美好生活能够在天空中翱翔的底气。那么我也希望就是我们每一位的都可以怀着对过去的敬畏和传统的一个传承的一个责任，珍惜当下，憧憬明天。也很感谢这个 IDI 10周年能够给我们这样一个机会，让我们在这里和大家一起共同探讨分享我们的工作、我们的经验以及对未来的展望。感谢各位，谢谢大家，好，
谢谢，
谢谢张总。
各位来宾，接下来我们将休息5到10分钟，然后会开始我们今天的第2个panel discussion. Now we have like a 5 to 10 minutes break, and then we're gonna have our second talk for today. Thank you so much.
Beatrice Tina Zhao, Jane Yupen. Welcome again. Let's keep going with our talk. It's a Sunday morning and it's time to enjoy and to relax with friends. Please, I want to welcome on stage Miss Beatrina Rizzi, Art Director of Dedo Design. Please, a round of applause, please. Thank you. Yes. Eva Liu, Founder and Design Director of MoMA Design. Round of applause. Welcome. Edoardo Chieri, Founder and Design Director of Atelier Mido. Please, Edoardo, welcome and join us. Welcome on stage of IDI, Italian Design Icon 10 edition. Very proud and happy to have you, all of us. Let's keep going. I'm calling on stage Yang Fan Chao. Please. PhD candidate at Shanghai Jiao Tong University. Welcome, and we are very pleased and honored to have you with us today on stage. Tina Zhao, head of the J-Lab Joller Lab, College of Design and Innovation, Tongji University. So be aware we have two major of university about design on stage this morning, and it will be a very, very interesting talk, full of insights and many inspirational point of view. And last but not least, Zheng Yupeng, founding of Principal Atelier Zeros. I guess I didn't make any mistakes, so you will introduce yourself. So enjoy and give it to the audience that are following us from home, because we have many, many followers. We are live streaming since 5 days, our talks and our activity. Give your best. And I will have time to search and follow you by video in the next days. Unluckily, I've never been able to be on stage and listen, but I hope I will enjoy later on. Thank you for being with us this morning, and I give the floor to Beatrice.
Thank you, Anna. So thank you everyone to be here, and thanks also our speaker for attending the meaningful talk of IDI. Tradition inspires tomorrow. So I will start to introduce myself as a moderator for this event. I'm Beatrice, I'm an Italian designer. I'm since 10 years here in Shanghai, and I work as a spatial designer and art director. And today actually I prepared a short video of two projects that we are working on, considering that I feel them connected to the speech and the topic we are touching today. In particular because as designer we always navigate among the cultures, and in fact I work in a Chinese context and I have Italian roots. And in our practice as a team, we always understand how deeply is the connection among identity and tradition that can influence not only the aesthetic but the meaning of what we design. That's why I think that study a brand and bring forward, but also using AI tool is a way to convey the message to the future. And now let's talk to discuss with our speakers. And the first question is basically I would like for each of you can introduce yourself, what you are working on, and explain a little bit to the audience what's your direction. We can start with Eva.
Okay, thank you. And hello everyone, I'm Eva. I'm an interior designer and a curator. At first, to see one video is our company's introduction. Okay, thank you. And from this video, you can see that we do our design, compose the art in our project, and we not only to do the interior design, we do the lifestyle. So at first, I want to do the short introduction for our company, and to show how we do our works. This is our team. It's our very young designers from different majors. Some of them is architect, interior designer, furniture designer, and curator. And this is some projects from our portfolio. You can see that in our projects, we put some very modern, contemporary art in our projects. We want to show the different lifestyle and in our different projects. And also we do some exhibitions. Yesterday, I just finished one exhibition in Baolong Museum. Why we do the exhibition? Because that if you want to do contemporary, currently our projects, you need to know the currently lifestyle and to know the culture. Because artists to show the different cultures and can give our lots of inspiration. So in this part, we want to compose them together. So I'm not only a designer. I define myself as a curator, a lifestyle lover. Yes. So because it's very long PPT, I want to show all together.
Okay, so maybe we can also
Yes.
go to Eduardo that can you
Yes.
use Atelier Libre in your practice here in Shanghai, in China.
Sure. Thank you, and hi everybody. I'm Edoardo Nieri. I'm the founder and the design director of Atelier Meadow, architecture and interior design practice based here in Shanghai. Personally, I come from Florence, and I have these opportunities to win this European scholarship to study at the Tongji University back in 2014. And that was my first experience here in China. After that, I moved to Beijing when I worked for 3 years for MAD with Ma Yansong. And that experience really changed my way to see architecture. Since later on in 2023, I established my own company, Atelier Meadow, here in Shanghai. The name of the company, which is combining in Chinese, is Judian, which is combining architecture and nature. So I always try in all the projects to find this dialogue in between the built and the nature itself. The company, besides this, have been established just 2 years ago. It have been already nominated as one of the top 100 architectural studio in China by AD 100. We have currently one project exhibited at the Venice Biennale in the Italian pavilion. And in 2024 and 25, we have been called to represent the Italian design excellence at the Italian Design Day in Chongqing. And the last things I want to say is this is one of our main projects. Currently, we have this project called Reg Contemporary Art Center. Is 4,000 square meter of adaptive reuse cultural hub. Basically, the scope was to transform this office tower into a place for the community and for the arts. Yeah, this is the project exhibited in Venice Biennale. Yes.
That you have also some Italian influence in your background. So we are very curious to understand who you are and what you are working on.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Fang Chao Yang, and if you like, you can just call me Yang. I'm a PhD candidate from the Shanghai Jiao University. I'm also working in the Tongji University as a research assistant. So now my research direction was more focused on the exhibition design and the AI driving the digital design. So actually, I have a very diverse education background because I've been studied in a lot of different countries and different cities. Just like the moderator mentioned, I've been studied in Italy, the Bologna, the University of Bologna, which is the oldest university in Western.
So beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought this experience was reshaping my observation about design, and so in the past maybe 3 or 5 years, my design work have won multiple competition awards. My co-design project, the name is Fly Me to the Moon, was also exhibited in the Milan and Dutch Design Week. So yeah, this is a video about this project. It was based on my observation about the exhibition industry. As we all know, every single exhibition will create a lot of material waste. So I just wondering, maybe can I just design for a project like we can reuse and recycle and to put the interaction with the human. So this project was born. The name is Fly Me to the Moon. Actually, this sounds really romantic because moon has a very special meaning in Chinese culture. It's so romantic, but I really want to use this kind of work to explore the new technology, and I want to use the contemporary language or contemporary technology to reply the urgent environment question or the issues. So yeah, so now the old work mainly focus on exhibition, but as you can see, my work will always combine the traditional culture and the Western material and storytelling. Yeah, that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the introduction. So now, Tina, I think that you can introduce yourself because you are a little bit different from the other audience background. So
yeah.
Go ahead.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be invited here and also brought my material here. I might introduce it in Instagram because it's a little bit long, and also it describes our project with Academy of China Science Academy of Chinese Science, which is a top academy in scientist area. And my name is Tina Zhao. I come from Tongji University Design and Innovation College, and I think most of you already noticed me last year. I was also presented some of our work last year, and I'm very happy to meet you all here. I've also been to Italy. I've been to Milan. I've been to Venice. Attended the Biennale there, and we brought students there. We always curate students' work all around the world, not only in Italy but also in France, in Paris Design Week. So we are happy to have the opportunity to communicate with each other here. I'm looking forward to the following session. Yes.
Yeah, so please go ahead because I think also from you there's a super interesting background that you would like to share with us.
Okay, so nice to meet you all. And I'm Yu Peng Zheng, and I am the principal and the founder of Atelier Zeros. And my partners graduate from Princeton and Harvard University, and our works are more focused on the computational algorithm and parametric design and the digital fabrication skills to explore more possibilities in the design world. So today I want to introduce about 3 projects, and those 3 projects is all made of metal materials, so we call it MM series of our project. And all these projects use those parametric design skills, and I think it explore in different way. And the first one is the metal pavilion. This is designed for door and window components, the local door and window components in China. And this pavilion is a temporary pavilion just for 3 days. So we design and fabricate in just 1 month. And we want to explore in those exhibitions, we want to discuss about how we can use our skills and prefabrication skills to build very fast and explore more new forms in those projects. So in this project, we use very thin metal panels and to create like a dome and arc form spaces, and it's just and all the staffs and all the workers in the company can join in this project. So in this way, we inspired the company's spirit, not just exhibition to the visitors. Okay. Sorry. Okay. This is the process of our design, and it prefabricated in the factory and assembled on site. Okay, this is more photos. And the second one is a company showroom. And this room is also made of the metal panel. It's about, and all the panels are designed by parametric scales. And it was welded in the factory and also assembled on site. And this is a diagram you can see. We weld about 1 square meters panels in the factory, and then we put it together on the site. And in this project, we want to make the structure as the form, and also the form as the final finishing surfaces. So in this way, we can use the skills and knit the material using more precisely, and in this way we can, and also in this way we can make the whole things on site more precisely. Okay, you can see the photos of the final and the structure analyzed. And the third project also made of the metal, but we call it version 2, because in this project, it's on site just have 12 hours. And in this way, we use the we anchored the panels together, not welded them on site. So in this project is a gallery for an artist, and this artist is an ink painting artist, and her topics are more about the mythic topics, traditional Chinese mythic topics. So in this way, we use the more painting and the more freedom of the form and the painting to express her paintings changing colors and to mimic the ink paintings style. And we can see this is a building process. And thank you.
Okay, perfect. I really appreciate your intervention because each of you actually expressed already like an artistic approach, like conveying a message. And this brings me to the next question and to the theme of this talk, where tradition inspires tomorrow. So I would like to ask you that you are both a creative designer, and so how do you decide which tradition or really influencing your practice are still guiding you today, and other things from your past that you feel that you naturally evolved, and which are the things that you learned and you want to explore more in the future? If I can start from you.
Okay, thank you. The traditional, in my mind, that not means the old. It means it's very classical. Can be the traditional, yes. So when I growing during my work, when I growing along, then I feel that I can get many inspirations from traditional part. And in China, we have a lot of culture, traditional culture, different time, different place. I have the many traditional cultures. You know, in China, there have many. Yes. And for that part, I start to do this, to use the traditional in my work and in my life, is that from the lifestyle. I start to drink tea, then I feel that I can find many traditional part from the Ming Dynasty, Song Dynasty, can find many traditional skills, traditional aesthetic. So I use this aesthetic in my project. to in my design exhibition. Then that I learn this part and I use this part.
Very interesting. And what about you, Eduardo? How do you envision tradition to consider your practice?
Yes. To answer to your question, I want to say a quote from Giorgio Agamben, which I found it very inspiring. It say like, we as a human, we are memory. So this let me think like how like the stratification of all, not just the cultural background, but also like all the experience that we have in all our life can like give to us like a new perception or new vision. Let me just talk quickly about one episode that happened to me when I was young, and actually it determined like my vision of architecture and space nowadays. So I was around like 10 years old, and I was pretty like bored at the beach side, and then what happened, I start to play and start to collect the little pebbles to create my natural pond in the middle of the sea. I came back after roughly 20 years to the same beach, and I found that natural pond, natural swimming pool was still there, even bigger. This is not because I built like a good, but because like people after me, they took care, they make it bigger, and actually the interesting things was that next to it, many others were built. And families with their kids, they were playing with it. So this led me think like how a simple gesture, it actually can activate and change behavior. And this can be linked to another quote from Hannah Arendt, who said that human being is the only one who can like be influenced by the object that can create themselves. So this is like how the experience can like change through like can influence the future, but also like the power of architecture and design to enhance the quality of life of people, to enrich it, like in this particular case, to give more identity and to activate a coastline.
Very interesting, because basically that's one action that like a lot of consequence. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Without a think, I mean, like without purpose, like even innocent.
Without.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So, Yang, this is your time to introduce us what you're working, what your conception on tradition for the future.
Okay, thank you for your question. Actually, from my perspective, I thought I have two tradition or slogan just guiding my design practice. The first one is human-centric design. I really hope that my design can serve for the people, for human. And the second one is about like is human harmony. This is kind of Chinese philosophy, like human and nature it's a kind of harmony. So I think this kind of philosophy was guided my practice. Just like I mentioned before in my design project, Fly Me to the Moon, we just design a golden space capsule. The visitor has go through a range of queuing, wear special of glasses and take off the shoes, and then just like step onto a zero gravity floor to enter the isolated space. So I thought this kind of design was inspired by the Italian design's pursuit of like ritual and the context creation. So we hope to transforming the design from just like passive browsing into interactive or focus on the dialogue with themselves. So just provide users or visitors opportunity to reflection or just talk with themselves. So just like I also want to say, just like when I was started in the Italy, a lot of things would change my opinion about design. Especially just like I still remember when I was lived in Bologna. Do you know the porticos? The colonnade is one of the very famous symbol of Bologna. Yeah, so I just thought this kind of stuff was like a container for the city. So in my project, I was also want to build a new container, just like contain the history or contain the lifestyle. The visitor can maybe know more information by the exhibition, especially for the like emotional reflection. This is really important. yeah, this is my answer for this question. Thank you.
We like the fact that you mentioned the harmony, but also the power of the traditional context and story context and how it leads you to your future project. And so I think it's the key. So Tina, please go ahead.
Yes, I would like to use my sample. Now, I think it's a good reference for me to communicate. So please open my PowerPoint so that everyone can know. I think the key word is about balance. Tradition and contemporary, they are all important. So in this case, I would like to show you. This is the project that we stay in Xishuangbanna in the village for 2 weeks. We co-create with the villager together, and then we actually visit there. We see they have advantages, but they have shortages. For advantages, they have really a lot of natural resources, and actually in Xishuangbanna they preserved the tallest tree called Wangtian tree. Wangtian tree. It's only preserved in China province. It's one of the tallest trees, so this is definitely a very key iconic items in Xishuangbanna. And then they have shortages that in a very early morning, in 4 o'clock, the house, the men in the house, they have to wake up very early. They go to the bushes, they tap the rubber tree for the latex because they earn money from that. Actually, the profit is getting lower and lower because of the development of the industry. So they want to seek other opportunity to make money to support their family, little family. So this is their shortage, but they really have a lot of natural resource. The weather, the air, the water is so clean, and they have a minorities heritage there. So we balance this shortage and advantage together, and then we report with the Chinese Academy of Science, and we developed a different product for them, combined with their local resources. In the middle image, you see there's a lot of seeds. We actually grab a lot of seeds on the ground. They actually abandoned, right? We didn't produce new products. We pick these seeds and assemble them into a necklace, bracelet, or these kind of fashion accessories. And it doesn't charge a lot, and it's their natural resources. But in Shanghai, it's a city life. We don't have these kind of resources, so to us, it's precious. And they start to learn how to make these, and then they sell to suburban area. They sell to more than metropolitan cities. For us, maybe 68 RMB is nothing, but to them, it's a 1 month money for them for a 1 month. So they realize it's a kind of opportunity. It's much profitable than they wake up in early 4 o'clock to tap the trees. And then we designed on the left-hand side is our design, a post design and image design for our project, for our package, because now people they care about the package and everything. We make things simple but iconic. On the right-hand side, we designed a workshop which we lead local kids to make a little container of a little mini landscape to use their flowers, to use their plants just in their backyard, because they have they really have good resources in their plants. It's all free because of the weather, because of the geographic reason. And then you see we go there to together work with their local kids. They are so happy. We arrive there from Shanghai. We talk with them. We teach them how to just grab the seeds and then make them into a beautiful fashion accessory. And then we teach them how to grab the little plants that they didn't care about that, and then they combine them into a little mini landscape. They're so happy about that. We are so happy about that. And then the second phase, we even bring it into Shanghai, into Lala Port. It is a shopping mall in Pudong area. We told them what happened in Xishuangbanna and what they're learning, what's their environment. And the kids in the city, they're so overwhelmed. They understand when they open their eyes, everything is so different from the city kids. And they see when we walk on the street, the seeds is on the ground. We eat what we plant in our backyard. So it's so inspiring in the city environment too. And then we even in the last month we have WDCC, which is a very sensational Shanghai Design Festival, and I invited the China Academy of Science. The scientists, they come to China, they come to Shanghai from Xishuangbanna, and they talk about how they manage the environment, how they protect the rainforest area, what they did, what the government supported. So from before, they only plant a rubber tree because of the profits, and now they understand the balance of our nature. So they start to plant different trees. They start to understand the biological reason why we have to have different species, why they are important, and then we start to open their eyes to let them understand making money is not only to tap the rubber tree. They can use design. They can add a design element, which is to inspire them. So it is this is what we did. We always respect nature and balance. I think is a key word. This is what we are doing workshop. I see when they open their eyes, everything is green, and they didn't think it's precious. Actually, to us, this is super precious. And then they work with us together. They make the little mini landscape together. And in the 4 o'clock afternoon, normally they finish their study and they come back. Their parents finish their whole day's work. They can start to do some other side job, and then they deliver to the city. And this is me in the computer. I was in Shanghai, and they are in Xishuangbanna. I was teaching them how to make that through the computer. They are so lovely, and they have their little little pads, and we have a photo together. And of course, we have some helping hands from the Xishuangbanna, from the China Academy of Science. So we are so proud to present you our project with you. Now it's in the second stage. We will have the next phase and the next one. We hope that in the city we have more natural resources. In the village, they can have more inspiration from the city. Always balance is important.
Okay, thanks for now. Please go ahead and give me a short idea of the question.
Okay. In our perspective and experience, we think the traditional in 3 ways. First is about the topic, the content. Sometimes we design a project, we need to translate, or we need to represent the traditional topics in our works in an abstract way or special ways. Yeah. For example, please 再帮我放一下。In our works, the latest works of our, it's about traditional topics, the gallery works. And in that works, actually the entrance we designed, the concept comes from Zhuangzhou Mengdie, butterfly dream, a very traditional Chinese tales. And in that works, we want that people like through the butterflies, we get into an illusion world, just like into the painting world. Oh, sorry. Okay. We can. Okay, we can see the background, the back of this entrance. It's like a lot of butterflies get together, because that is the way we translate, or we use abstract ways to get to net people to experience the painter's way and the painter's styles, how to into the ink painting world. That is one way we talk about the topic is about the traditional traditional things. And the second is about the tectonic, because Chinese architecture is so different from Western world, and we use timber wood a lot. And in this way, so we focus on the connection design and the joint. And so in this way, we talk about the tectonic way of the building. And the tectonic not just about the construction need, but also it will talk about the culture, and it will express the emotions. So in this way, our tradition will express in the design world. And the third one is about our understanding of the tradition, because in the last about 50 years, China, we talk about tradition, not just talk about the Song Dynasty, we also talk about the latest China changing. And in this way, because China becomes the world's biggest factory, and we have the full manufacturing chain. So in this way, we want to use the latest skills and combine with local grassroots manufacturing skills together to let those traditional things, we can build more things or explore more skills in the future.
Okay, thank you. And I think, when you mentioned craftsmanship, create the perfect also for the next question, that I would like to start actually to ask to Edoardo and Jan, because both of you have a kind of Italian background and experience. So I'd like to ask you, when you work internationally, how do you reinterpret this heritage in contemporary projects? And how do you balance staying true to your Italian or influence of Italian identity while creating space that resonate different countries?
I start first. Okay. Regarding like how to balance or like how to stay Italians, I can say I don't. So basically, like it's very like I think that it's very difficult to decide which tradition or which like cultural background to use. Of course, you need to like every time you have like a new project in different area, you need to be respond for the local place and local tradition. But in terms of approach, as the quote I mentioned before, we are stratified memories. So my approach is defined from all the experience that I collect until now. So the point is like to put in dialogue my Italian roots, which can be, let's say, characterized by a sensitivity towards craftsmanship, materials, and details, together with my 10 years of experience in China, which allow me to develop a sensitivity towards like the poetic of the space, the flow of the space, and the interactions. So let's say an approach that can be defined by these three main points, which can be the respect. So respect for the local tradition, respect for the local culture. The other word is listening. So listening on the needs of the human, of the people, of the community, but also like listening to the place itself and the project. And the last part is the vision. So in order like to reinterpret the tradition of the local into contemporary ways. Like for example, what we did, what we are currently doing in with the project in Quanzhou, which is a city which is characterized by this peculiar method of construction with oyster shells. So we took like the oyster and we create like this new sustainable brick, which is more than sustainable. It's a brick that contains like the local memory and local culture in order to, let's say, bring to new life abandoned areas. So this is for me, it's like how you reinterpreted traditions in a contemporary way based on personal experience.
Perfect reply, very interesting. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you for your question. Actually, I thought this is a really tough question because actually my root was totally in China because I was born and raised here. But actually, the experience, like live and studied in Bologna, was also shaped my observation about design. So I thought the most important lesson that Italy told me is that the true classic is not used to be copied. It's like a living water to lead the direction of the future. So we have to try our best to keep innovation. So this is really important. But therefore, I also think the design should facing the challenge because we are living in a global space. So especially when we engage in some cross-culture communication, the different kind of like cultural background can spark the creativity. So it's really interesting. So just when I was living in Italy, I just feel like everything is new for me. I just really want to combine the Western storytelling with Chinese culture. I want to combine it and mix it together. Maybe it's kind of innovation, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, and it's a similar question, but more related to your background. So, what do you think Chinese traditions will influence your daily design practice?
Thank you. Please help me to show the PPT. I want to show one project, one case in my work. Hi, Aura. Oh, okay. I want to show this cases in Zhangyuan, Jing'an district, Zhangyuan. Zhangyuan is a very famous place in Shanghai because it had a very long history. At 100 years ago in Shanghai, this is the very, very funny, very, very popular place that have many different countries people come to here and to share their cultures and inspirations and the lifestyle. And this exhibition is last year I did. I composed some contemporary artists in this place because they all have very long, almost 30 years or 40 years living in Shanghai, and they know the 海派文化, 海派 culture. And these four artists are Zhou Chunya, Ding Yi, Huang Yuanqing, 还有薛松. They are all very famous contemporary artists, and they have their different feeling and memories in Shanghai. They want to show their art over here and in very historical place. And I put them artists in age, and I want in this very special architectures to show their culture composed together. And during their exhibition, we did some salons and to share their tea together. And during their tea salon, we share our different feelings and to share our different feelings after hundreds of years over here. So this is very special things that in the 100 years historic architecture, and over here we share the 海派文化. So how to use traditional in our daily life currently, you need to keep it and to use it in our daily. So this is my way to do. Yes. So after that, the 海派 culture we compose together, not only in our project design, we also to keep it, to learn, and to review what happened at before.
You know, what's your vision about this? So is your work that you already described to us, why do they have
yes, thank you for your question. I think Chinese culture is always have strong influence on me because my father is a Chinese water painter. So when I grew up, I watched him do water painting. It's very abstract. It's not very into detail. So I understand Chinese culture is formless. It's like when Kung Fu master said beef water, my friend, right? It's like Chinese culture is in my blood. So when I'm doing design, I always consider that first of all, important is have Chinese element and then respect the Chinese element, and don't make it very awkward. Like I want to combine Chinese and make it very traditional one. So I sometimes think it as an element, think it as a spirit, and respect always, and then combine with a natural element and think about sustainability. This kind of thing. I think it's yes, it's into project by project. Sometimes I need to maximize it. Sometimes I need to make it invisible. So it depends on what kind of project. Thank you.
Super. Please go ahead.
Okay. The tradition in China, we talk a lot about the topics about nature, because in traditional Chinese gardens or in traditional Chinese houses, we have a lot of courtyard inside. We want to bring in the nature feelings inside. But in our works, so we want to use the parametric design skills to let our forms let visitors feeling like in the nature. So we create a lot of the specials, not just like a box, but also very freestyle forms and this kind of feelings. So this is one way, and the second way is about the topic we talk about the tectonic, because we learn a lot of intelligence in Chinese traditional furnitures like Ming Dynasty's chairs, and we have a lot of intelligence in the connections between the wood together. So in this way, we design a lot of things about the tectonics, how we use the tectonics to express more in traditional kind of emotions and this kind of different culture styles inside.
Thanks for your reply, because you also got like a connection between the tradition and how you are going to reinterpret this topic in your project. So the next question is a little bit more oriented to the future, and I want that you share with us your opinion about artificial intelligence used in your practice, if you're approaching or not. And in particular, this kind of generative AI create a super aesthetic picture, right? And sometimes there is the feeling that, oh, it's too easy to reach this level, and so there is a little bit of lack of meaning. So what's your thoughts about this, and what's your perception, and if you are using in your own practice?
Thank you. For AI, our team use AI a lot currently because we do our design at the first part in our concept part. And before we select many reference from Pinterest or some other inspirations web. But currently we can use AI to do our reference picture, to show what kind of feeling, mood board, or some feelings, emotional, yes, inspirations. So it's very quick and it's very good than before, because it can show our feelings is more exactly. So we use it at first in concept part, and at second part is before we do the 3D mics before in interior design, but now we can use AI to do their effect, yes, like their 3D mics, and we can change their furniture, change their materials very fast. So it can give us team is very fast feeling, and it can more easier than before. So yes. Thank you.
Yes, I'm the same as Eva. So I think that AI is like a very useful tool that can make it the entire process more efficient and with a better result. For example, we also use for the project that is the current at the Venice Biennale, the video that we made with the AI. And but the things is like personally, I think that is excellent tools. But still, the main job needs to be done by the architects. So the mind is still always like the key point beside of every project. Like, for example, I mean, I think that AI can only like make new, let's say, combination. So create something new from something that already exists. But to make that break, like for example, yes, they always needed like the human beside of it. Like for example, I don't know, like a Giotto with the they have the break with the Byzantine paintings is, and also for example with the modern architecture is something that required like intellectual and spiritual push or yes. So there is always needed like this human like architects. The role of the architect will be always present and determinate.
Bring a story, so the meaning behind what you do daily.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your question. When it comes to the AI topic, I just keep a very positive attitude about this question because I saw AI is truly a very useful tools. I know some people will say the AI is a competitor. I don't think so. I saw AI is more like a partner because we should to learn how to cooperate with AI because it can improve our like productivity and it can bring more like new and a new idea or innovation idea. So it's really interesting. But I thought, the AI was the update speed is so fast. So we should to consider what is the boundary, what content we can use AI and what kind of content we cannot use AI. So this is really important. Just like when we just do some cultural design, I thought we should be very, very carefully because I just thought in this process, the AI just imitating the symbol of the culture. It cannot totally understand what mean of the culture. So it's really easy to like bring some cultural misunderstanding. So it's really careful. And I also think that the AI can combine with a lot of different industry, just like it was reshaped the development of, especially in the content industry. So I just keep it very positive. But maybe for designers, we should to learn how to reuse the resources of AI, how to use different kind of tools to make your design better.
I think the key was also be able to use it as a put limit and boundaries.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. Tina.
I think it's also a very good question. For me, I think AI is an accelerator. It makes everything so fast. It's like a fast food. I want everything in 1 second, everything or a whole project in 1 minute, one night. So my keywords is confident. Am I still confident if I don't use AI nowadays? Sometimes I use AI as a check product. I check whether my design is good enough now. Do I need to use that? Am I confident enough? For example, I am teaching my father how to use Doubao, and then I said, your calligraphy and your work can be created by Doubao. And his answer is, I think mine is better than them. No matter how, it has temperature. It's warm. It's come from a human. Yes. And then for me, I start to doubt. I should check with AI. I should check with Doubao. I should check with Lingguang, and so or Gemini 3. And I start to use whether they are smarter than me or so on. So my keywords is nowadays we use AI, but still we are confident enough to do everything. So it's also a balance. Yes, for me, it's
Boundaries was mentioning before, and I think also the idea of fast is not always good. So that's your opinion.
We use AI in our works more like a partner. Sometimes we do researches where we use AI and work. We talk together and make some strategies and things like this. And the second, it can visualize our concept very fast and very efficient in this way. And in third ways, in the project, we sometimes use AI to control the systems like the light and or some interactive structures, things like this. So I think in the future, AI will have more use in our project, not just in the work process. Yeah.
Thank you all of you. Now we have the last question. Is a question that is a focus to the future, because let's imagine now to be in 2035. Which kind of value and tradition do you think you would like to carry on? Eva?
Thank you. I think that is our daily is to do that, to respect traditional and to learn traditional into our works. And because it's very interesting, we had to talk about AI and we also talk about traditional. in every time have the time situation. AI is currently is very new in our life currently, but in the future it's maybe traditional. Yes, so we need to use our very open feelings to receive and to accept other things happen and to learn it, accept it and use it. Use it in our daily life. It can be very good for you. Yes, thank you.
I think like the future, so in my opinion, like the quality of our spaces will be determined not from the, let's say, a technological evolution, let's say, while instead, this is also like what I'm like focusing with my practice is to determine the quality of human experience through the space itself, rather than let's say have like this switch from having more to feel more. As my motto is like for a poetic way of living. So like to create like meaningful spaces that allow people to enhance like their experience through their senses, in like to be focused in the present moment. This is, I think, that would be the challenge, like to use the technology, but at the same time to keep ourselves humans.
Also because we feel to see, so I think the human figure is the center for designer attention.
Yeah. Okay, so this is really good question. Maybe in the future we uphold two slogans in my design. The first one maybe is sustainable design. Just like Tina said, the resource is limited. So as a designer or as an artist, I thought we have the responsibility to how do they like protect the environment. Maybe I also want to like to pursue a harmony between like human and nature to balance the environment and the design. And another point is about emotional design. I thought we are all living in a very cruel society or cruel environment. So everyone had their own pressure. We have to release pressure. And I hope as a designer, I want to pay more attention to care about everyone's emotional healthy. Like how to use design to solve the emotional problem for everyone. Like to rebuild a better society, to rebuild a better like everyone's mind. This is really important for the future. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Also for the emotional balance, connected in a way what Eduardo said that what's your vision about?
To me, thank you for your question. To me, I think a tradition is a precious mother pearl. Everyone has their mother pearl. If you put into the vinegar, then the traditional evaporates. It disappears if you don't treat it good. If you preserve it good, if you design it into a precious jewelry, and it will be a masterpiece. So it depends on how you treat our tradition. So to me, it's a precious mother pearl. I will preserve that and make it into a beautiful masterpiece. It's our precious tradition. Yeah, that's
your poetic vision. Thanks for sharing.
It's a good question, and when we talk about in the future, I think we talk about we think in the future our design works will be more customized instead of mass product, and so in that ways it will have it will better fit for the people's personality and their personal needs. So I think that is how the skills now we use just like the 3D print skills or the digital fabrication skills, and it will let the customize more cheaper and more popular, I think, in the future.
Thanks also to you for this sharing inputs. So customization is your keyword. So our questions are finished. Thanks to everyone to be here till the end of the talk 19. And thanks to Eva, Eduardo, Jan, Tina, and Jen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
to take care of the setup because we will have many people on stage for our last talk of IDI, Italian Design Icon 2025 10th edition. So we will welcome Xianjiaton University from Suzhou. They are joining us for this talk about a workshop they've been running with the students. And also I want to take the chance, the opportunity to thanks deeply Poltrona Frau. These are 4 masterpieces handmade by Poltrona Frau. They gave it to us for IDI, Italian Design Icon. We need to be very, very careful when we touch because the leather is very, very soft. And so we are honored to have a Poltrona Frau on stage since days. So we are almost done with the setup. Thank you, Aura. One more and we can start. So I invite officially in the order Silvia Albano, Assistant Professor Practice Chartered Architect from Xianjiaton University of Suzhou. Welcome on stage and big round of applause. Gianmarco Longo, Assistant Professor of Practice, Deputy Program Director of the Master in Architecture of Xianjiaton Liverpool University. Welcome on stage with us this Sunday. Welcome, Gianmarco. Emanuela Corti, Associate Professor, Department of Industrial Design, Xianjiaton Liverpool University, again from Suzhou. Thank you, Emanuela, to join us. And finally, Ivan Parati, Associate Professor, Department of Industrial Design, Xianjiaton Liverpool University. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's a sunny day, it's a Sunday, but now the real protagonist of our talk, the last one to close with the beauty and the educational aim, our Italian Design Icon, are the students. So I call all of you to join us on stage. Please, join us. Big round of applause. Please. Why not? Come on, take it. It's a beautiful green. So I will be the moderator. I have the pleasure to moderate this panel, and I want to ask to the professor, so pay attention, 2 professors from architecture department and 2 from industrial design department. So I give the floor to Silvia Albano to introduce herself, to give to us a little bit of the hints of your daily routine, what are you doing at the university, and to illustrate. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Anna, and thank you very much to the audience for your attention and to allow us to present our institution. As Anna said, I'm an assistant professor of practice at Xianjiaton Liverpool University, specifically at the architecture department. As educators in architecture, we always try to merge educational activity, pedagogical activity with in our modules, but also through practical activities. And for example, what we present today and in the previous days at IDI was exactly the result of a practical activity we arranged this September. It's a workshop that we thought thought specifically for IDI because we took them, let's say, the inspiration from an Italian design icon. We refer to Gio Ponti as a real Italian icon in the design, and we elaborate in a different way one of his projects. Later, Gianmarco will introduce better the organization of this workshop. Specifically for us, this is a good practice of our activities that generally we share with other departments, like for example industrial design, because in this case our discipline are deeply connected. Sometimes it's just a matter of scale, the differences. We are taking care of the building, of course, building scales, and our colleagues are more oriented into the products. But for this case, we decide to share with our students a specific framework where they can learn to apply a different way to thinking about design and apply it in all the different disciplines, in all the different scales. So this was our, let's say, pedagogical mission, try to allow them to have fun, to learn by doing, and also to have the chance to participate in this great event like IDI. And with this, and I want to take the opportunity to really thank you, Anna, and the whole organization, the super great work that you arrange to support us and to give us this great opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You know, it's long-term cooperation since years, so it's always a big pleasure.
Okay, so now just because we want to consider this as an informal chat with all of you, just our sharing of the activity and our value and principle, let me share with Gianmarco the presentation of this specific workshop and its core message, how we arrange it. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Gianmarco Longo, Assistant Professor of Practice of Jatong Liverpool University. When we thought to make this workshop, I was very, very excited because, first of all, it's from one of the most important Italian icon, that is Gio Ponti. I studied him during my university time, and I did a very, let's say, similar process during my university time. So I decided, why not to do something similar with our students? In this case, our students, you need to know, are very multicultural students, because when we did this workshop, we had students coming from many different countries. So I thought, wow, this will be very interesting to see how they will develop the idea studying the design of Gio Ponti. Because you need to understand, when we do workshop, our intent is to let the student learn a process, an approach to design. So we take this project from Gio Ponti, that is a hotel in Sorrento, and also for this reason it's very excited for me because it's from my hometown, because I'm from Salerno, nearby Sorrento, where Gio Ponti makes this renovation of this hotel that we call is a real total work of art, because he makes the renovation of the hotel, he designed the furniture, he designed soft decoration, art decoration, and the tiling. So taking this as a first step, we take the design of these 32 tiles, and we let our students analyze the process of how Gio Ponti get inspired by the site, by the context, that is the Amalfi Coast. This is one of the most beautiful area in Italy. I hope everybody have the chance to go and visit it. And we let them study how he drew these tiles. You can see in the poster that are very special. Some are more geometric, some have a more natural influence. Through the study of this style, our students extrapolate some element and they make your unique approach. Because even as Gio Ponti was saying, the possibility of design are infinite. That's why we call it, this workshop, Infinite Matrix. Because by studying just a process, the students were able to come out with a new design, a new idea. And this is the of design. There is no limit. It's just studying, analyzing, and reinterpreting gives so much possibility that we can explore and do something different. And you can see that the process goes from analyzing the tiles, create a grid, and after that they can really understand the color and recreate new pattern, new tessellation. We let them work with the tiles, with the clay. So it's a process that's very complex and at the same time very beautiful. You need to understand that this workshop was only a 2-day workshop, so it was very intensive. And the student could make a very interesting production in such time limit. We were very, very amazing and very, very happy to see how during such short time that we were able to reinterpret, work with different media. That is also our idea, to let them explore the materiality of the project, to really dig in. And I think this is one of the most interesting parts of the design. There are no limit on the material, on the media, on the exploration that you can do. So I think that later we will listen with our students, their experience, how they really went through this process. I think it's very, very interesting.
I had no time to study, but when was living Joe Ponti? In which decade?
In the 50, 60, the project is from the 60s.
Okay, and is a kind of artist that was exploring painting, or which is the background?
He's a very famous designer from Milan. We call him a total designer, because he could do anything. He was doing design furniture, he was doing interior design, he was doing architecture, he designed also a tower in Milan. So he was one of the few, let's say, total designer that could be able to work on different scale. And this is very hard, really, really hard. We have this kind of sensibility, and everybody should learn from him how you can utilize different scale, you can have a different approach.
Thank you, because maybe someone as me, an expert, giving an overview of who he was. It was interesting to know. So now we give the floor to Manuela. Emanuela.
I want to be very brief because we actually have a presentation, so I think it's a good idea maybe to start the presentation, so while we discuss,
absolutely,
people can see.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just 1 second.
We have a video first, that is presenting XQTLU. In this video, you had the chance to see what we do with our students. We bring them to the workshop, so we design things at different levels, different scales. And what was nice in this workshop, besides having so many different students from different backgrounds, was also that many of them are not coming from the design schools also. We have other students. We have also someone who is coming from outside the university who enjoyed this workshop. But anyway, it was a nice experience that we also included in one of my courses. So we addressed the same topic to some students that are in the second year, and they are approaching design. So they are learning about materials and techniques. In these slides that you can see, in the pictures that you can see in the video, somehow are summarizing the process. Maybe I'm not the right one to speak about the process, but we considered the original tiles, trying to identify which was the grid and the structure, and students were asked to redesign the tile following the structure and the main patterns. Here you can see our students in the workshop. They first redesign, and then they also work with clay to feel the material and to feel the third dimension of the tile, right? So we have some digital composition and some material composition as well. And I just want to conclude thanking everyone, thanking Anna as well for the organization and everyone who joined the workshop. Thank you.
And also I would love to say and point it out that two departments, they work together, cooperating to this project. And this is very meaningful, and I very appreciate this effort, and also the creativity, because each of you has been engaged and committed to work, doing extra mile during weekend for the workshop. So I really appreciate. I would love to have a round of applause. Come on, guys, let's say appreciate, because it's not so common, right? Even.
Well, design is a multidisciplinary practice, so definitely the collaboration, it's a key point. So not only across our school, so with architecture, urban planning, and civil engineering and industrial design, we have courses which are actually multidisciplinary, and where students from across all of the different departments enrolls, and we are tutoring them from different perspectives, and the project gets kind of analyzed from a series of approaches. So that's a kind of daily practice for us to collaborate, but not only across the school, also across the other schools in the university, other schools and academies in the university. So definitely design is also about technology and innovation, as we've seen from many of the presentations here. And that's also another important element that our students usually kind of explore through different platforms, electronics and coding and AI nowadays. So definitely the involvement of other scholars and professionals in other schools, it's a very important thing for us. And in this case, the workshop definitely the outcomes are very aesthetic proposals. But in our daily practice, tessellation and this kind of geometries and math and symmetry is something that we apply also at other level and details. We work on materials and other interesting application of design, and that's the base. So how do you produce a tessellation? How do you produce this kind of geometry? It's the base to develop innovation in design. So here you can see the aesthetic aspect, the enjoyable aspect of it, but then there is also another layer under the surface of the beauty that, of course, is part of our daily life at the design school.
And I guess the color of the blue, different kind of tones or shadows of blue is because of the sea, right? It's the sea, is the coast of the Amalfi, and is the landscape, and it's very, very amazing because it gives really the vibe to see something, a piece of Italy, a piece of seaside.
Exactly, you can understand how the designer was able to really translate some part of the site from the context into a materiality. And this is very important, very, very important, because every design is unique because it takes something from the location. Always we think that the design, the architecture is something need to be contextualized, and be able to translate this is very important. You will see, if you go to this hotel in Sorrento, you will see how beautiful this kind of relationship between these tiles and to the location, to the sea is very, very beautiful, incredible.
Do you think now it's time to give the floor to the students?
Yes.
So I guess you're a student. I give you my microphone.
Grazie mille. Yes, I am a student. My name is Valeria, and originally I'm a student from Germany, studying here at TLU and exploring the wonderful possibilities of the university, like, for example, this workshop, which I had a wonderful time enjoying it, and I'm very, very satisfied with the outcomes. I have to say that I can't just pick one thing that was really inspired throughout the workshop, but the whole process in itself and the way that our designs were constantly transforming with each step, I found that really, really inspiring. Especially in the beginning, it was really made clear for us that we want to discover, we want to dive into the mind of Gio Ponti, but it does not mean that we have to copy what he did. The main idea is that we want to see the logic of the tessellation of the tile, and that we can create our own designs in the future. So in the beginning, of course, it was also reconnecting with our own design roots, where we had to do everything with hand, trying to put the ruler and the tracing paper, and then 1 millimeter off, and then it's really not what you want, so you have to redo everything. But in the end, when you have this tile you feel very proud of, you can transform it into digital medium. And then you have new challenges, because you see, oh, actually, it does not work that good. So you change a little bit of the tile digitally. Then you go on to another stage, and then you work with clay. And then you realize that, oh, wait, clay also has their own properties, and then you kind of have to change the tile again. And then lastly, finally, you do the same thing, but with 3D printing. And it's also something that got me thinking, I wonder what would Gio Ponti do if he had such technology around him. It would probably take him much less time to create more outcomes. But in the end of the day, I have really enjoyed the workshop, and it was a really, really wonderful opportunity. And now I see that I do look back on the time during the workshop, and I can definitely apply the rules that I learned in my future designs, which is, I think, the idea. Yeah, thank you.
Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm a PhD student at the School of Design, but in fact, I'm not a designer. My research focuses on curating and storytelling in digital cultural heritage. And why I mentioned that I'm not a designer is I think this workshop gave the opportunity through excellent instruction, thank you very much, for anyone to feel like they have the ability to be an artist or a designer. A lot of the time we're quite apart, those of us who don't consider ourselves artists or designers or don't create normally day to day, we don't always get the opportunity to have this outlet of creativity. And this kind of process, segmented and scaffolded and giving us a basis, really provided an opportunity to create something essentially beautiful. And I'm really grateful for that. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Kamil. I'm originally from Poland, and I recently came to China to do my master's in sustainable building design and engineering. taking part in the infinite matrix was a really good experience, especially because it helped you broaden your horizons. Like I used to be an architect. I'm doing engineering now. One day I'm coming and designing a tile. Like it was really, really good experience because we learned a lot about Gio-Ponti. We went back to 1960 when he did this tile experimentation. It was really good 2 days, very, very fast, but very, very broadening, I think. On day one, it was more like we analyzed the structure, analyzed the grid, we retraced the way of thinking of Gio-Ponti. And day two was more about making rather than ideas. So we started with clay prototype. We did the 3D printing of our model. And for me, I think like this whole experience is very meaningful because how simple square can transform into something really important, like a endless harmonious patterns. Like that was really crazy to see. And also, how can we connect tradition with innovation? That was very, very beautiful. And I'm very thankful for our professors because I think you are really good in what you do, and very proud that we can actually exhibit our work in this event. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Inte Hwang, and I'm from South Korea on the architecture year 2. To my experience, this workshop was quite challenging because it has only 2 days. And I was struggling to find Gio-Ponti's original work, and with my work, there's trying to find a connection of those work. And I was keep thinking that if I deleted this part and add this part to make it more interesting looking, and it was quite fun to me. And also, our professor was give a lot of advice to me, and it was very appreciating. And yeah, it was a good experience to me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Gerardo, and I am from Panama. And I cannot say that I am a student or a part of the university, but I appreciate, yes, yeah, that's correct, that's my name. But I do appreciate how open they were in inviting people who were not part of the university as well. In my practice as an art teacher, the workshop has had a really good impact on how I approach my units. Coincidentally, I was also teaching tiles at the same time, so it really expanding my understanding of this form of art, and at the same time, it pushed me to reflect and see how I could enhance the learning as I was teaching my students in grades 7 and 8. So I was not intending to use clay in the unit that I was teaching at that time, and I really liked the tactile aspect of it, and because of that, I did give my students the opportunity to also see what it was like to mold or to shape a tile. And I think that has been definitely better for them to appreciate the art behind the design, so that we can also explore intersections between these two disciplines. So in my opinion, it was wonderful. The workshop was beautifully crafted from beginning to end. I really appreciate how there were multiple methods and approaches to experience tiles, and at the end we ended with a multi-dimensional understanding of what they are. So to the facilitators and to my peer attendees, it was just wonderful. And thank you again for including people who are not part of the university. Hopefully in the future we get to collaborate as well between the university and our school, because I think it's going to be cool.
We have a question.
Please, from our audience, welcome.
Hello, my name is Ricky, and thank you so much for the fantastic presentation. I've got 2 points that I wish to point out. Apart from the whole project that investigates the aesthetics and also the maths and geometric of the tiles, I also want to highlight the idea of industry. As you all, ladies and gentlemen, would know, Gio Ponti probably had worked with a myriad of important Italian manufacturers and companies and enterprises. One example in the early 1920s would be he collaborated with the ceramic company in becoming their first artistic director, working with the industry hand in hand. And then, of course, from a cultural sense, he also started or reinvented the Novecento. The second point I also want to highlight in tiles would be William de Morgan, which is the purveyor of the English arts and craft movement. So he also subscribed to William Morris by placing the importance of everyday art and to have anything beautiful and useful in the homes. And of course, he's part of the movement and also pushing the idea of everyone should elevate and reform aesthetics. I think it's very important that today in China, especially today's event is about iconic design, industry is umbilically linked to the industry, and I think we need to have a more advanced and considerate ecosystem of education, exhibition, etc. and etc. So the 2 examples that I mentioned raised from your fantastic workshop of tiles, which seems very trivial and small scale and domestic, but actually it's very important that somehow started 2 important aesthetic movement, the arts and craft and also the Novecento in Italy and in Great Britain respectively. Thank you.
Thank you, Ricky, for this very timely little lecture about design. Yeah, great. So Ricky is a great curator and design cultural operator. So definitely, he added a little piece of knowledge to what, of course, we couldn't explain otherwise. But I also want to specify that we also point on that kind of collaboration with the industries, where there are different possibilities to join our different programs in terms of partnering with us on modules and research programs, and for also giving our students the possibility to do some internships and fund also some of their PhDs as well. So we usually have a model which comprises 3 different approaches. One is more about branding, lifestyle, kind of partnering. Another one is more on the level of technology, providing opportunities for our students to work in labs of a company and develop some prototypes. And another one is also the collaboration with the institution, like museum and association and government, where having all of these 3 different aspects colliding in one specific project and brief give us the possibility to explore project from different perspective, because our students are definitely multiverse, and not all of them want to tackle only the aesthetic part of the design, but also the technological aspect or the sustainability aspect and the curatorial aspect as well. So bringing on these three different perspectives on each different project and research program that we have, it's very beneficial and vital for our university. Thank you.
So then let's wrap up our talk. I just want to say thank you to all of you, each of you, for your amazing work, the outcome of the workshop, your creativity. And I hope to see you with me, maybe on virtual reality or maybe offline on stage next year for the next edition of IDI. We will start to prepare as soon as possible. And I also want to give a certificate to Xianjiaton Liverpool University as an icon of IDI. So thank you to Silvia Albano, Gianmarco Longo, Emanuela Cortin, and Ivan Parati to be with us, and also all the students. I'm sorry, I don't remember all the names. Please. Thank you. Please, it's for you. Stay with us. We would love to close officially IDI with you on stage and with my team, Istant, Serena, Ora, Wayan, Lea, myself, and Bridget. Okay, Bridget is at the beginning of the gallery. I want to say thank you to our icon, my team, myself, and the setup company who helped us to make this miracle, IDI 10th edition this year. Let's close up with happiness, relax, and let's hope to see each other next year together again, strong, and let's enjoy last few minutes of IDI. Thank you so much, and see you next year, maybe. Bye-bye.